The martial arts exhibition hall in Shanghai was silent. Masters from across Asia had gathered for an international cultural summit. Cameras were rolling. Students filled the upper seats. In the front row sat one of the most respected martial artists in the world, Jet Li. When the host announced the next presentation, Filipino martial arts, a few eyebrows lifted. Jet Li leaned slightly toward another master and smiled. "Escrima stick fighting?" he said quietly. "Practical, yes. But traditional mastery is something else." He wasn't being cruel, just confident. Kung Fu carried thousands of years of history, philosophy, forms, internal energy training. Compared to that, Filipino martial arts looked simple. On the demonstration floor stood Rafael Cruz, a 29-year-old Kali practitioner from Cebu. He had trained since childhood under his grandfather. A quiet man who preserved indigenous Filipino combat systems passed down through generations. Rafael stepped forward and bowed respectfully. "May I demonstrate something?" he asked. Jet Li nodded. Rafael began moving with two rattan sticks. At first, it looked basic. Simple angles, clean strikes, smooth figure-8 patterns. But then, the room began to notice something. Every strike blended into the next. Every motion had layers. A block wasn't just a block, it was a setup. A strike wasn't just impact, it was control. There were no flashy spins, no dramatic poses, just efficiency. Then Rafael invited a volunteer to attack him. The volunteer threw fast combinations, traditional wushu movements. Rafael didn't clash with them. He stepped slightly offline. Tap. His stick struck the attacking arm. Not wildly, but precisely. The volunteer's structure broke. In one continuous motion, Rafael flowed from weapon to empty hand, controlling balance, redirecting force, ending the exchange without aggression. The room grew quiet. "In Filipino martial arts," Rafael explained calmly, "we don't block strength. We remove the ability to use it." He demonstrated again. Strike the hand, control the elbow, break the angle. All within one flowing movement. Then he dropped one stick, now empty-handed. The movement stayed exactly the same, because the weapon was never the art. The principles were. Jet Li stood up. "Attack me," he said. A ripple of tension moved through the audience. Rafael hesitated for a second, then nodded. Jet Li moved first. Fast, precise, controlled. A clean combination. Rafael didn't overpower him. He shifted his angle, redirected the wrist, changed the distance. Jet Li paused mid-motion, not defeated, but aware. Rafael wasn't fighting Kung Fu. He was adapting to it, flowing with it, neutralizing it. The hall was completely silent now. Jet Li stepped back and looked at Rafael carefully. "For many years," he said slowly, "I believed complexity defined depth." He glanced at the sticks on the floor. "But what you showed is different." He bowed, a full martial bow. "For all its simplicity," Jet Li continued, "this art carries real understanding." He turned to the audience. Different history, different philosophy, same mastery. The moment was recorded and quickly spread online. But the story wasn't about someone winning. It was about perspective changing. Filipino martial arts began receiving new respect in traditional circles. Seminars were exchanged, masters collaborated, and Rafael returned home to Cebu. No arrogance, no celebration tour, just training, because he hadn't stepped forward to prove someone wrong. He stepped forward to show something simple. Mastery doesn't always look complicated. Sophistication doesn't always wear history on its sleeve. Sometimes, the art's built through survival, through adaptation, through necessity, contain a depth that doesn't need decoration. And sometimes, the people who are underestimated are simply waiting for the right moment to be understood.